Would you say the Hawk is out?
The Hawk is out right now. Just came out
Dude.
from taking Lily and Levi out. Whew. It's freezing out there,
Oh,
bro.
that kind of Hawk. I'm like, I thought this was like a metaphor for something. I'm like waiting for something. But no, it's the actual Hawk.
Precisely.
Precise, man. Fellas, how are you doing, man? We had a pretty festive football weekend here in the Berg. Start off, man. I was down there at the Pitt game. Dude, I pulled into the garage at 5:40 a.m.
That's commitment.
Wow.
Listen, I was scared. Like I was making sure I got myself a parking spot. Took me about almost all day to recover. As you know, so I was pretty silent, at least initially, for the Steeler game. I was hurting. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was hurting. I actually got up and watched it late and watched the reruns as some of the like a replay as I was watching some of the 4 o'clock games. So I caught the game late and watched it a few times. But
wait a minute, you did that for Pitt, bro? I mean, I love Pitt. I love Pitt. They got a special place in my heart, but they ain't got 5 a.m. in the morning have a brew special place in my heart like the Steelers do. Like, there's levels to this, and you sacrificed the Steeler game for Pitt Notre Dame.
Well, I didn't sacrifice
knowing
it
that there
because
was
I
going to
watched
be blowout ability.
I didn't sacrifice. I watched it, bro.
But I'm talking about live, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I get it.
Well,
I get it.
Let's put it this way. I didn't sacrifice. What's that?
You see the dude kick the ball?
No, bro, I tried to stay there too, man. That was a shankopotamus if I've ever seen one, man. I could have did better than that kid. $1 million, and it was
poor guy.
Like he didn't even get close enough to get like $20.
Well, he said he never kicked the ball. Like, just out with his friends. No lies detected.
No lies at all. No lies at all. No, you know what? Honestly, again, I didn't choose them over the Steelers. I did not plan to be hurting for a while.
You made a slight miscalculation.
Exactly. But I'll tell you something though, man. It was a really cool atmosphere down there to see. You had game day right down by where the draft countdown is. And then if you go down, if you went north towards the other side of the stadium, usually where the Rib Fest is at, they had the ACC huddle down there. It was a really, really cool time. Listen, I know Pitt got beat pretty bad, but it was a good atmosphere. It showed off the city very, very well. And like I said, I came back. It was curtains. It just took me a while, and it took me a while to get going on Sunday, but I made it.
Bro, what time did you get done on Saturday?
I got home probably like around 5-ish. So it wasn't bad, but it was a 10, 12-hour thing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, when I got down there, when I got down about 5:30 in the morning, there was already like a ton of people down there too. Like there were some people that were dedicated. I actually talked to this dude who he had one of those hard hats that you saw. I don't know if you watched like with the game day, what people in the back there, the people in the front row had those Home Depot helmets. This dude is our age. He said he was there at 2. He said he was there at 1:30 or 2 in the morning.
God bless him.
Just so he can get one of those first 11 or however many it was to be there in the front row. Listen, I can't do that, bro.
You gotta wear a diaper up there, don't you?
Listen,
you had wear a diaper. Like, you can't leave.
Look, that's why I went over there after they game day took a break, and then they were going to go over to do the kick thing on the field, and I was standing there. I wanted to stay there. My bladder told me you got to go.
Right. Hey. Yeah! Your bladder was like, it's fit to be an explosion.
That's about what it was. There would have been a liquid explosion in the pants if I'd have hung around, bro. I'm going to tell you that. Dude, that was funny. No, but it was a really, really good atmosphere, man. And I know it seemed to be as rowdy on
Yeah.
Sunday a little bit too, man. But listen, I'll do it all again. We'll see what happens, with Miami last game of the year. If we'll talk about, I want to pick your guys' head on mindsets of like what is your mindset after coming off a game like that? Like how should Pitt go into practice? What do you think the mindset is? But we'll get to that a little bit later after we get to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which got some mixed emotions on it. We'll take the W, right? Take the W. And I wanted to read something here is they had 400, the Cincinnati Bengals, the first game had 470 yards of total offense.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase had 16 receptions for 160 some yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
This game, Jamar Chase, if I look at this correctly, 3 catches for 30 yards.
That's accurate.
The team stats, the Cincinnati Bengals had a total of 297 yards of offense. And I'm going to talk to the people who are listening, whether they're with us live here or they're going to catch the replay. Those are called adjustments. The people that say that Tomlin and these guys never make adjustments, that's called adjustments. But yet, I was talking to Mr. Wonderful before we came on, and then we were talking about how everyone's like, oh, watch Cincinnati. They're already making excuses. No, it's an adjustment. Whether you like it or not, it's an adjustment. But the offense is a little scarier right now, and we're going to go into that a little bit later. But defensively, how about Mr. Pierre? Coming out of nowhere. Everybody in Pittsburgh except for Darius Slay likes this dude. So I'll start with you, Mr. Wonderful. Your overall thoughts, like we always do. Let's start with the overall thoughts of the game, and then we'll get to some individual players that really caught your eye defensively.
So overall thoughts of definitely didn't see the defense holding that offense to 12 points. Didn't see that happen. I thought that they would fare better than they did the previous game, just because, at this point, you got a couple games of seeing film of Flacco in a Bengals uniform.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not only have 2 days to prepare, you know what I mean, and not have any film. It's the NFL. Things get a lot different when people have actual tape on you. The game starts to change a little bit. So I had a feeling that they would make some type of change that would be enough to, as Mike Tomlin would say, secure victory. But I didn't. I definitely didn't expect an only beat to give up 12 points. That was an excellent defensive performance. I mean, even though what Chase Brown had, I think almost had 100 yards rushing. Okay.
Yeah, good for him.
He
Good for
only had 12 points. So at the end of the day, it's whoever has the most points, not the most yards. So.
Mm-hmm. GB, what are your thoughts on the game overall?
Overall, and I said it before on Thursday. I said, if this team with the hired mercenaries are who we think they are, then they'll go out and make a statement, right?
Yep.
And they did just that. They made a statement specifically on defense. They made a major statement. Shout out to you got to give credit where credit's due. Shout out to Terrell, Coach Austin, and shout out to Coach Tomlin, right, for the adjustments that were made and made Cincinnati just look and not only make them look bad, but put some of their players even out of character as well.
Mm-hmm.
With the loogies and what have you, right? So to foreshadow, I feel like that this was the defense, like this was the vision that we had for this defense. Even with this is the cool part, even with not having the full gambit of players as well, they still looked absolutely incredible. Shout out to James Pierre, who's been balling all season long. doing his thing on both special teams and at corner.
Hmm.
And shout out to them safeties, man. They're making a huge difference. Kyle Duggar, whoo. Now we understand, the robber technique that they was trying to do with Juan
With Billy,
Thornhill, and that
yeah,
shit
with
wasn't
Thornhill,
working.
yeah, yeah,
Now we see what we would have supposed to look like in real life, when you got the right personnel in. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So shout out to them making that adjustment, because that adjustment is silently the best acquisition, quote unquote trade acquisition, right, that they made right before that deadline happened. So shout out to them, man, for having the wherewithal to get him.
Yeah, we were talking about this on Thursday a little bit about the Ramsey Duggar safety tandem and how that's kind of solidified this secondary. And with the secondary getting solidified a little bit and holding up the coverage a little bit, it's obviously helping the pass rush. And we also said with that is something that, like you guys were both saying, giving credit to Coach Austin and Tomlin, but the defensive adjustments, they gave something Flacco did not see before, which is kind of, who'd have thunk it, because Flacco's been playing for, forever and a day. And I mean, Duggar almost had two of those, right? He got one. He got the pick six, but he almost had a second one.
Yes.
They were definitely confusing him. And the one thing that I was very pleased with was we were not getting gashed on slants like we were the first game. Listen, I mean, T. Higgins, I believe, also had maybe just under 100 yards. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if Chase gets those. I mean, those guys, they're going to get theirs most of the time because they're just that damn good.
Sure.
And I thought 80 was going to kill us here for a little bit as he started off at the the beginning of the game. But I like the adjustments on it. The defensive line continued to give Flacco fits. Listen, take the word Cincinnati Bengals off of it, at least when we're talking about our defense and their offense. They're a juggernaut. They averaged 32 points a game, 33 points a game in the NFL. They were a good offense, and our defense performed very, very well. The tackling was very, very well.
I was going to say, can we talk about the physicality?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to bring up. Yeah,
and how they were flying to the football.
They were. They were.
There was a few times where I was noticing, like, they're going backwards. Like you can see, like, there was a difference. Like the Bengals, like, they were going backwards a lot, and I was like, okay, that's the defense I'm used to seeing. That
yeah. There was a couple times they were trying to do them damn shoulder tackles. I think there was a one in the second half where Noah Fant caught that ball and he bounced off a couple guys, but okay, fine. But the pursuit to the ball and the tackling, the physicality. I mean, that one play where Ramsey smacked the shit out of Jamar Chase in the back. That, you know what? That reminded me of old Steelers Ravens type football.
Yes, man. Yep. Yes.
Go ahead, GB. Talk about the philicality and what you saw. Was there anything that stood out to you about that?
That reminded me of that old RC, them RC hits back in the day, bro. Ryan Clark used to come out here and destroy cats, just hit them all up in their head and everything. But that's what I'm talking about. Like when I talk about the hired mercenaries, that is plays like that is the expectation. Should they get into the postseason, like that's the type of ball that we should be expecting to see when it's an elimination tournament. Like that's the evidence. Like we needed to see, and the way and it was the whole secondary too. All them dudes was hitting. Yep. Every single one of them. Brandon Eccles. He was
hitting so hard. He went out of the game a few times. He had to gather himself. He was hitting hard.
And can we give JPJ his flowers, please? Because he been getting a whole lot of flack from a whole lot of people, a whole lot of Yinzers gave him a whole lot of flack. And I've been wanting to say, look, if he blow on people, he getting penalized. Well, now that he's not getting them same type of he might have eased up just a slight bit, but it's nothing that's too different. But now you're getting to see what we felt like he could be as a shutdown corner, man, because That dude was he and Pierre, bro. Those two
Yep.
together was just guarding him. He had Pierre everything that we thought Corey Trice was going to be.
Absolutely. Mark, welcome in, man. Glad to see you, brother. Yeah, we gave him his flowers as well deserved.
Yes.
And we were just talking about GB was bringing up the physicality of the secondary, and it is Porter, it is Eccles, it is Ramsey, Duggar. I mean, this secondary, and it's only going to get better with Asante Samuel Jr. coming in a couple weeks. I mean, he's going to build it up. But GB, you said it, and I've been telling people this now. Just get in. And if they have a home playoff game, the first one, I'm telling you, just get in. Listen, that's far, far down the road. But like you said, the defense is building something, and I want to show people this. This was a pretty good play here. This was the and I hope the background on my computer doesn't come too much on it because of the microphone and the audio on my computer. But here, I'm just going to see if I could just walk through this here real quick. So this was Pierre's. Oops. I'm just going to let it play first, and then we'll comment on it.
A chip right there, but she's going deep, and it is not.
That was great coverage on it because you know what there was no deep safety, and you can see him running stride for stride with him, and that's actually a really good ball because you're supposed to put air on that ball, and he just made one hell of an athletic play. I mean, just that's high pointing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
High pointing the ball, and he's been in really, really good position for most of this year. When he's been playing, so it is very, very good to see Pierre do that. And I did not have James Pierre playing well on my 2025 bingo card. I tell you that.
Well, you know what?
Actually,
One thing
he's
never been.
I jump in real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
One thing I saw somebody else break down that play earlier today. I can't remember who it was, but what they pointed out is if you watch Ramsey, he's flat-footed because it looks like he was waiting for the cross. It looks like because he was going to jump that cross around. So Pierre might not even known that he had inside, or he was thinking might have had inside help, and it wasn't there. So the fact that it wasn't there, thinking that makes it even so much better coverage. You know what I mean? He did an awesome job on that play.
Absolutely. What I was going to say is one thing that James Pierre has never been is slow. That dude always been fast. You know what I mean? Like he could always go and blaze with you. His cover skills at one point, so a couple years ago we saw like glimpses of what we thought he could become. You know what I mean? But then he regressed greatly, and special teams help was the only thing that kind of helped him. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man. But I'm glad to see him coming through for at least a couple games. We ain't gonna crown him nothing yet, but it's good to see him being a major contributor, especially when we're down a little bit, on the depth chart. Your mic's out.
Your mic's.
You got me now?
There you go. Yep.
There you go.
God damn it. But no, yeah, he's the situation he's been playing very, very well. And I just think it's the overall we talked about, when they had the game against Green Bay, and even the game against Cincinnati, we talked about, and I was beyond frustrated with hearing communication issues. Like it's like it was an acceptable reason, right? But since Ramsey's going back to safety and Duggar's come in, there hasn't been any communication issues.
Right.
So, and you could see that they're playing a lot better, and I think that's where that physicality is coming in because they're playing faster. They're not thinking as much. Correct. And hold on, so Mark's got a comment. Did y'all know this?
Yes.
I think I do remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I was today years old with that. No, I did not know.
Yes, I do. I did hear that they were kin.
Oh, that would explain the athleticism in that family, man. Both are super athletes. My goodness.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing about playing in a secondary too is that you have to have chemistry. You know what I mean? I think that's what we're really starting to see especially on that backside. I'm really interested to see what happens if and when Deshaun Elliott returns,
Yep.
what that's going to look like. Because, he wasn't the issue back there at
No.
safety. There was a guy, he had Juan in his name, like Mr. Wonderful.
Hey, easy.
Nothing to do with his name, but I'm just saying that he had a lot to do with what was going on with the communication issues, because since he's been gone, the communication issues have been vastly improved. That's all I know.
It has been bad. It has been,
exactly
and
what
it's
the issue is.
with the
You pinpointed.
well, we can still hear you, man, but you froze up. You got a
Yeah,
nice little
with a
cheese
big
on you.
cheese on you.
There we go. There you go. You were just like this.
Yeah. Look like Charlie Murphy.
You see Charlie Murphy.
Oh man, we ain't even 20 minutes in. This is already off the rails. Good lord.
All right, I'm gonna bring up the screen again. I want to see. I don't know if this game, like I said, I had a couple film here, but my stupid like I said, the Twitter thing where I can't sign in on my desktop anymore, at least for right now. I had a couple other things, so I'm relying on this condensed game and highlights on this. But I want to bring this up, and I hope they show the angle. This is Duggar's interception. And you can see there's a different look to this, right? Right now you're looking at almost at a man-to-man look, and I believe it is a version of a cover one or like a rover type coverage where Duggar's just doing his own thing, and I think that's what threw Flacco off. And I'll let it play, and I'm just hopefully they do a different angle for this as well too, so we can highlight, a few things. But here's Duggar's interception. And he gives Chase the okie doke at the end. Whoop. Well, and I think didn't you? When I went back and looked, didn't you say like he was like the Jamar Chase? No, you first.
After you, son.
After you.
They said after you, son.
Let me see something real quick. If they actually go back and do this, let me see.
Hey, while you're doing that.
Okay, here we go. Perfect.
Hey, dude,
Perfect.
that full disclosure. I was asleep during this. I fell asleep.
Hold on, bro.
Live.
I had an excuse. You didn't, bro.
Yeah, I did. Hey, I had an excuse too. It was called full
The
squish.
birth certificate.
It was called full squish, and it was delicious.
Over here giving me shit for the pit, man. You were just sitting at the house the whole time.
No, I fell asleep for like 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
this was part of the 10 minutes.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So where are we at here? This is 8:13. I want to go back to the pre-snap on this real quick, because you can look. And again, here's Ramsey's going back, and if I back it up one more here, as you see, they are given a 2x2. They are kind of giving the man look to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look here, let's go to 8:13. And you can see, like, here's, it looks like he's with the box here. And you can see circled here because he's more of that robber type D.
Mm-hmm.
Duggar's up here. He's going to drop into the middle of the field. Blitz, all of a sudden,
Oh, I love it. I love
Look
it.
at that. He basically jumped on it, and you could tell Flacco wasn't even expecting him because, I mean,
Yeah.
didn't even see him.
Yeah.
So you could tell that's something he had not seen before because it was right at him.
I made through.
Yeah, it looked
Right at him.
Right
you
through.
know, from that angle, the whole play, it looked like Flacco was looking at him the whole time.
Mhm.
That's that. Hey, that looked like when you hit the wrong button on Madden. You know what I'm saying? And then you throw it right through the
He said he
defender.
got excited.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was obviously a timing route, right? Like
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
and he was anticipating that being wide open because, like as you said, they didn't. He hasn't seen that look. You had Duggar come down like you said as a robber. It looked like it was a cover one robber where he came in and dude, right there, perfectly in the hole. 73 yards later, and way to
Yeah, and
finish too. Way to finish.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You
that's
know?
Duggar's just his football acumen. He knows where to hide in that coverage to where
Yeah.
Flacco's not going to see him, and because it was too easy. So there was when you see somebody with listen, whatever you think about Flacco, he's a veteran. He knows defenses, and you can tell when you give a ball to a guy like that, you were fooled. You were fooled because you said you're throwing to a spot. You got two studs in Higgins and Chase. You're just going to trust your guy to go get it at the spot, and Duggar happened to be at that spot.
Who was up on the line, Dudek?
Sure.
Who was up on the line? Because there was it was Watt.
Queen.
Was that who it was? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going back right now. Give me 1 second. I'll pull back up.
I think he anticipated. He thought Queen was coming. That was going to be wide open. Because usually that's where your middle linebacker is. Like if they run in hole or whatever. He's like, oh, he up there.
So look, you got Watt and Herbig on the same side here.
Oh, it's Herbig. Okay.
So then that looks like Harmon, captain,
Cam,
and that looks like Peyton Wilson right here. So you know what? That's a good design, good design showing man because if Peyton's here because the back's offset over here.
Yeah,
that's a really good man-to-man look. And let me see what he does. Let's watch what Peyton Wilson does at the snap. Let me see.
Is that Peyton or is that Jax?
What's that? Captain Jack. I'm gonna watch.
I think that's Jack's.
I think that
might be.
Yeah, we'll take a look. Yeah, we'll take a look. I could be wrong, but it looks like Peyton.
PQ too.
Nope, you're right. That was Sawyer.
Yeah,
that was Sawyer.
Yeah, and he cut PQ covered the flat.
Yep, he did cover the flat.
Yep.
So let me see here. Okay, so that's out. You know what? That's it because that's actually the tight end. No, is that the tight end or the back? That's a tight end.
He got man right there.
Yep, like and he got chipped.
Yeah, it's probably man up. Yeah.
Yep, it's the man up. Yep. And you know what? Hey, listen, we were giving Pierre his flowers, and rightfully so. Echols played a really good game against Jamar Chase.
Yes. Because I was scared every time when I saw him lined up in the slot against him. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared every time.
Yeah.
And he did well, clearly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yins Nation, thanks for joining, bro. Yo.
What up, though?
So yeah, I'm gonna give Echols his flowers as well too. Again, another guy that when Samuel Jr. comes in, I mean, he's not the odd man out, but he's now down there, and he's now your dime back or situational. Look, the secondary is becoming very, very deep, and we haven't even mentioned Peppers. So
I like the arsenal that we're building in the secondary for postseason play. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So yeah, let me get rid of this here for a minute. But
total side note.
Yes.
Remember last year when Beanie Bishop was our slot guy?
Oh.
That's all.
Or as Mr. Wingfield called him, number 11 on the defense. The weakest link. Oh man, it's a change. So the defense got a lot of flowers, and we might hit on the flower some of the defense a little bit later as the conversation moves along. Let's go over to the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some good and bad, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to bring this back up because this is one thing that we all love, and that's the 13 personnel.
13.
Right? And this is the first play of the game. And again, when I watch this, for everybody out there, tape delay, I get it. But when I watch this, I'm like, wow, this is going to be pretty bad. Like in a good way. It's going to be bad for the Bengals because this was just executed perfectly.
First drive.
Look how flat-footed these backers are right here. Off that play fake. I mean, it's over. I mean, I would have liked to have seen. I know they basically did almost like a waggle, and they did layers with DK and Jonnu. I would love to see Jonnu just take that up the sideline too, maybe down the line. And you could kind of like Rodgers could stop like right here and hit him down the sideline.
He said, "Oh, it's coming."
Well, or Mason.
Mason throw that ball. Mace threw that ball. Mace would absolutely go for that shit.
Dude, I've never seen Roger with these like little jump throws, man. It's insane. Okay,
Those
so
are some
obviously
really big dudes in space that they're trying to cover. That's
really,
a lot of
exactly.
size, bro.
It's a lot of size. And I want to just get to the play of the day, and then we'll talk about some more stuff as we go. Now, again, this is just regular 12 personnel. So actually, this is 11. It's 3 receivers. They actually put 11 personnel. And how about this? Wilson out snapping Austin. We may start to see a little shift here in WR2.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let this run. And
balls.
What's that?
I said that's what happens when you drop balls.
That is true.
Yeah.
That last one where it went through his hands and the interception, I think it was like the last one, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to appreciate this.
Now we know what it feels like to try to hit a skyscraper. You try to hit you just try to hit a building.
So wait, hold on. People really thought that 100 men can beat a gorilla. Look what this man did to these NFL players. These are just men. These are supreme athletes.
Hey, he was like 20 men. 20 men. I am 20 men.
Hey.
Inside joke. Shout out to Al Grizzy.
Hey,
if you watch it.
Look, he's got kids. It's on his ass. I mean, that's just some grown man strength, bro. And then,
what you gonna do with that?
Look,
what you gonna do with that, yo?
Look, did he get skinny?
Yeah, he got skinny.
He got skinny on him. 300 some pounds got skinny, and then this dude.
But hold on. He got a little skinny, but that effort to try to hit him was not there.
He wanted no parts, bro.
Nope.
That's a lot of man.
I just want this to look good on camera. I just need this to look good on camera.
You know what? I just looked at that. You know what? You are right, man. That was more of like an old
age. To his friend. Right before, he was like, "No, you want some too, old man? No."
Reminds you of that major league thing. Don't give me this old A bullshit.
Is that Geno Stone?
I think so. Who's 22 for Cincinnati? Someone look him up. I don't know if 22 Geno Stone. And then Turner wants to come and try to punch the ball out.
That is Geno Stone, man. That's Newcastle. God dog it.
Yeah. Look.
He's trying to seen him. All his people seen him do that. All of Newcastle was at that game yesterday, seen him try to tackle Mount Washington.
They were like, ooh.
He got clowned all day.
He wasn't really good with ours. Look at these. Just dude, he just you were coming in,
man.
Look, he comes in. I'm gonna hit that.
What are you trying to do, sir?
What are you trying to do?
Wait, rewind that real quick, because I want you to see this dude's calves in comparison to this dude's thighs.
Where am I stopping at? Where am I stopping at?
Go a little further. Hold on. I'm going to go. Hold on. Go. Priest! Look at his calf, right? See all that black? And then look at my man's thighs. And look at the difference in size, man. It's like the same size. That poor man. He knew he wasn't going.
I was saying he realized that too. Yep, he realized that too.
What technique is this? He's just jumping on dude's back. Jesus.
He tried to give him the old WWF bulldog.
Ooh.
Look.
Hold on. But wait, watch. after my man hits the ground, watches his boy coming from the top of the screen, looking at him. He looked like, oh man,
You ain't lying, Mark.
He has so much concern for him.
The heck with that.
It's like we just kept rewinding it.
Which is what we're doing. Just kept rewinding it.
I know. He looked like, oh man.
Oh, dog.
And he gets up like nothing happened.
He knew. His boy saw what happened, so he knew.
He
knew that there was going to be a bunch of people like us doing what we're doing right now.
Listen, that's the only acceptable way to get taken out like that. You got to get up quick as shit, and even if it hurt, like remember the Turkey Bowl when dude, remember that when you remember that one? When
was that the one on we played on?
Dude got his
broke his collarbone.
And he
that was
down,
up in Highlands, wasn't it?
He got up and he was like, "Good hit, dog," and then he walked it off, and then he just melted. Come to find out that dude broke his collarbone. That's the only acceptable way, man. You got to get down, get up right back up.
Yes, sir. Let me see here.
No,
and I don't think they show this one on this. But we'll come back to the offensive stuff here in a minute. With some of this tape, I'm gonna look this up while you guys talk. Obviously, a lot of fun with Washington. I mean, he had a nice 3rd and 17 one that he had in the second half with Mason. I think we have that on here too. I could show that, but what's concerning, and I think somebody in the Uppity Ends Facebook group post this as well, and I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of back and forth banter on this. Is obviously the offense was very stagnant in the first half against a very, very bad Cincinnati defense. And then not only the bad, but they were missing players that made them even worse. When Mason came in, it seemed like there was a spark, and it was ran different. And what I'm pissed about is I don't have my film things on here that I was showing, because there were some of the great Twitter's accounts that post the all 22s I was showing, because it just seemed to be plays were called different as well too. I'm not making any excuses for Aaron Rodgers at all, but it seems like there was different plays. I mean, and we'll show you this here with Wilson, how wide open Wilson was in that 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12. I didn't see any wide receivers that wide open when Rodgers was there. Is it like more they were calling different plays? Now, I don't know if that's true, if Rodgers just panicked and just wanted to dump the ball quick or not, but I don't know. To me, that's what I saw as a different call. But GB, since you're yes,
I can confirm that that's exactly what it was. And Mason even said that in the interview that they took plays that he likes to run, right? So those were designed specifically to and for Mason Rudolph. So, and that's what I was talking about. Like, you're going to see, like, if he stays in, right, for even if it's till next week, you're going to see more of them throwing that ball down the field a little bit more than what you have seen, because they're going to cater the offense to Mason Rudolph's strengths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers' strength ain't throwing the ball deep right now. I mean, it is sometimes, like, if he can wind up, but he don't got enough time, and he don't got the flick. Like, Mace got an arm where he flicked that thing, you know what I mean? And, like, there was the one pass interference play where he flicked that thing out. They call offensive pass interference to DK. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, he just. I think you're going to see more of that. If he actually plays next week, you're going to see a little more of that. You look like you want to say something, Mr. Wonderful.
I was just before we got on, I was just watching the game again, and I got into like end of the third quarter, but just seeing the difference in protection, if you will, from when Rodgers was in there, it seemed like it was hurried. He was under pressure. It was it just seemed frantic. But when Mason was in there, it wasn't. But it's the same line
He
going against the
relaxed.
same defense. I don't know. It just looked different. I don't know what was there. It just something felt different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else noticed that too.
That's a great point. He
Yeah,
was a
I'm
lot
gonna.
more comfortable and with that
I
line.
I think he right now, to what I've seen, and I'm gonna put up two plays here. One from yesterday, and then one from the Chargers game. Okay, I want to show you the difference. So this one here, this is the play, and I was able to get the all 22 with this one.
There we go.
All right. So if you remember last week when we brought this play up from the Chargers game where we were talking about the receivers just not getting separation,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very evident on that. This one, there's huge separation, and you'll see that it's a schematic separation. All right. So you have Calvin Austin right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got DK in the slot, which I really, really like. And then you have Roman right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I believe I can't see what back this is. We'll see here in a minute. So here, and obviously here's Rudolph. This is that 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12.
I'm gonna go on the limb and say it's Gainwell.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yep,
the
that's
same
Gainwell.
thing.
So, but you could see here too. I mean, obviously this to me, and you see this a lot with Rodgers too, with these hand gestures. There's a lot of check with me's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're calling two routes here in the huddle, or they're just built in check with me's depending on coverage.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. Everyone that to me, you know, that head thing like that, that's just an acknowledgement of the play, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I believe it would be. See the guy coming down here creeping. We don't know if he's. I think he blitzes. He may not. Let me see here. So he comes in motion. Okay. So no, it's going to more man to man. He's going to pick up Washington. But what? Look at here's Roman Wilson now. Watch. I'm going to stop it right.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
He's throwing. Right, and he anticipates it. This is not arm strength, in my opinion. This is just anticipation. But look at this. I mean, he's got this guy running, but this is also good read because he sees his back, knowing this guy's going to be here. You anticipate that. But here's what I'm saying. Like, look at this pocket. He's going to get kicked. He's going to get kicked. Kicked. He's going to get crushed. And this is where I do think Rodgers runs. Right?
Bro, that's a 22-yard deep out, bro. That's a hell of a throw.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, though, you know, but Rodgers, I don't think Rodgers' issues arm strength. I just think he gets
neither
happy
do
feet.
I. I'm just saying the way he flick it, though, the way
Oh, yeah.
Mace flicks that thing, bro. It's amazing. Like, case in point, right here. Yeah. I was listen. I mean,
there was before you go on that,
good.
GB. Well, actually, go ahead with this.
I was going to say to your point, though. I feel like that having Roman there, it helps him to do more things like this than Calvin, I believe. I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see more interesting things when you see Rome, DK, and when MVS comes in.
Yeah,
that's when things are going to get real interesting.
And this is the exact same formation. The only difference is you got Roman up here and Calvin Austin down here, right?
Yep.
Get out of the way. Okay. Different route concepts. No separation. But it's the same coverage almost. I mean, there's the 3x2, but you know, this type of coverage, and it's a different route concept. I mean, this ball, you know, here's like if he would just step and wait, I mean, he could hit this, he can hit Gainwell, but he's getting happy feet, but also Broderick gets beat right here.
Yeah, he got beat on the inside pretty good.
Right, he got beat on the inside. But you should be able to reset right here. Well, I mean, the guy's right here, but and hit this guy. That's where I think
in the middle.
He just dumped it down here. But look, no separation. He's just no separation up here, and no separation here. The same formation. Mason Rudolph, it's just these two guys are flipped. And look at the different route concepts. Now, granted, they didn't run motion off this either, but it's just a different route concept. And look what happened. Boom. And this is also why I think at the beginning, I thought this would be more of the Calvin Austin or even a Roman, where I was saying we don't need wide receiver 2. We got guys that can play. I'm confused. I'm confused now whether Mason plays. I know Rodgers is, he wants to play because he just wants to give it to Chicago one last time. But I think it's probably going to start Mason regardless. But that's what it means. It's like it's not Mason's better. It's not Mason. The offense was just called different, and I don't know. Here's why I will say this, and I don't want this to be year 2 because we heard about Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson beefing. I don't know. I don't want this to be a beef part 2 with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's that, but why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers like this play? Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But this was a play calling was different on top of the spark that Rudolph provided whenever he came in. What are your guys' thoughts on the whole thing with Rudolph?
I mean, like GB said earlier, Mason went through and went through the plays. To your question on why does Rodgers not like those plays? I mean, who knows? Maybe because it's a longer developing route that's something he's not interested in at this age.
I don't think he is.
So, I mean, it could be some of that going on.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just whatever the quarterback's more comfortable with. And if Mason is comfortable with deep routes or deeper routes, and if we can protect it, hey, let's do it.
Yeah, but you know what? He's into the deeper routes, but he's not afraid to throw it out in the flat, too. I mean, your boy. I was looking at the targets, and looking at the distribution, and it was interesting because Metcalf and Gainwell each had 8 targets, right? And then you had Mount Washington with 5, right? That is one thing that I find really interesting is that they can switch it. Like Arthur Smith will switch it up. As far as it ain't the same people every single week, and that's one thing I do like about what they do on offense is that it doesn't switch up. I am very, 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 very interested to see what the new pieces of the offense, what MVS will bring to the table on the other outside, as the other outside receiver to go with Rome, DK, and then, listen, do not be surprised if Caleb Johnson comes through for us later in the season. Like I'm seeing some glimpses, and they just got him with that bullshit stiff arm, man.
That was the
I'm like,
worst.
man, let that man live, man. Let him live. Because he got a different gear, y'all. Like I'm trying to tell you, that dude got a different gear. And you get that boy in space, man, you're gonna see a whole different kind of production that we gonna get from that running back position, man. And all 3 of them like that. I like the 3-headed monster that it can become later on and going into the postseason. I think that's going to be a really, really interesting thing to see. There's still a lot of meat on this offensive bones, man. There's a lot still, some possibilities.
We might be running a wishbone at one point.
Did you see?
Bone, baby.
Did you also see too? Whenever they did the Steelers, if you recall, they got that very fortunate spot on that tush push. And I understand Hayward doing the quarterbacking, and then Mount Washington there pushing. Then you got Gainwell's little ass up there pushing. Like, get somebody, get someone else in there, man. Like, Gainwell just like that one, just with his little ass, just trying to push, But
hey, maybe they're setting up some trickery, like y'all see what that Baltimore did?
Yes, I was gonna say, what Andrews did, dude. I'm gonna tell you something. That was sweet. I ain't gonna lie, that was nice. That was nice.
I hate Baltimore, but I had to I had to salute them on that one.
I mean, it is Cleveland. We got our
Browns
hopes up
going
there for a minute.
brown. Yeah, Browns going
We had our hopes
brown.
up there for a minute, but yeah. All right, I want to bring this up early in the game is to appreciate the run blocking. And GB, you're talking about, Johnson going to give us one. Gainwell could. Warren obviously can do that too. When you get blocking like this, okay, so this is Warren's long run.
Mhm.
This is just a thing of beauty. This is the all 22 on this, so there's no sound, thank goodness. I mean, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-man box. And you got some other guys creeping over here. Look at that.
Mm.
It's a thing of beauty. Look at the reach. Got him. And first off, what's this dude doing?
Good luck.
Um,
Good luck, guy.
Uh,
Look at that. That cutback is, whoop,
Zip zip. I love it.
got away. Broderick actually, that's the athletic ability he has
He
at
can
least.
move,
Look,
man.
Yeah,
He
that's
can
a nice
move.
block you got there.
this
Yeah.
is 73 is the one at almost. He has a nice seal block there, but he almost. Hey, and shout out to 66 and 76 for still going downfield on that.
Man, Falton is a man.
Oh,
Kick
did
in
he
the
get him?
chest.
No, he just fell. Okay. He tried to pull an AB against Cleveland.
Kick him in the chest.
Look at this dude.
Think I'm bleeding inside my
Dude,
chest.
he was like, die, you kid. Was that 20 again? He had a rough day.
Yeah.
Playing patty cake
Yeah.
with him. Look at him. Whoop. Roman trying to take out DK. What are you doing, bro? Yeah, that was a thing of beauty. Yeah, if they can get consistent block, every play is not going to be like this.
Yeah.
They can get consistent blocking. Look. The get off, firing off the ball, except for 76 because he's got the backside responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, actually, John New's a better blocker than I thought he would be. He's not a great blocker, but he's better than I thought he would be.
He got slower reaction time than Broderick Jones and Sayamalu, though. Interesting thing about Sayamalu, Broderick Jones's game is vastly improved when Isaac Sayamalu's in the game versus when Spencer Anderson or any other left guard is in the game.
Yeah.
Broderick Jones's game vastly improves, and I think that has a lot to do with communication, and making sure that Broderick's in the right place at the right time, because you have a savvy veteran who may not have all of his physical attributes that he used to have, but
Right.
the mental and the IQ that I think that he's distributing to Broderick on a play-to-play basis is something that needs to be acknowledged greatly, because it's a completely different Broderick Jones without him in the lineup for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I just think it's more that veteran presence of helping him out with some things as well too. So, although I think it's gonna be 73s last year, but it was good. I like Anderson as a guard too, but you were right. He definitely plays better when Somalo is in there. So overall, like I said, there's still some concerns on it with this offense. There's going to be concerns because they're just not consistent enough, but the flashes are there. The consistency is there. So I just get in. I know we're just looking way down ahead on this, but just get in, and I'll have a different perspective once you get in, because they're a matchup issue for a lot of teams because they are that different style of ball. And we'll see, man. Chicago, Buffalo, and Baltimore, these next three. That's pretty big, especially with Baltimore and Buffalo.
I think one of the issues is that there really isn't an identity with this offense. You don't know what you're going to get from week to week. You want to or at least I feel like that they want to keep it more kind of how they had it. What was the time of possession in this game?
I'll tell you a second.
We won it by like 10 seconds. I think that was like the that was like
That
the
right?
big thing. We won it, but it was like 10 seconds. I think whatever that math is.
We we didn't get out snapped. We got out snapped again, 63-60.
I think that if there's
yeah,
anything
you're right.
that they want to
10 seconds exactly. 29:55 to 30:05.
if there's anything that I feel like they are going to want to do more of in the season is getting that time of possession up 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Get it up, towards that 33, 35, 36. I that's when things should be humping the right way, right? Um, the third down efficiency wasn't terrible, right? See, why you,
You said
why
humping?
you
You didn't say humming. You said
you're supposed
humping.
to just let it roll. Just let it roll. Just let it roll. He's
Ain't
about to be like,
nobody
"Pause."
humping around.
Pause.
I was gonna let it slide a little bit. I'm like, I got you, man. I got you.
But yeah, that, I feel like it. I feel like if they get that running game running a little bit better, and I think Caleb Johnson's going to is going to be a part of what's going to make the difference in that is that they get him running a little bit earlier.
But if you also look
Early
at
and often.
Yeah.
And also, what it would help them this week, where they were 7 of 13 on third down. You know, going 0 for 9, doing all that stuff. I mean, that's how you don't get the time of possession. That's how you don't establish a run game. And that's kind of what happened last year towards the end of the year, where the team collapsed because the attrition caught up to the defense because it was just on the field so damn much.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do that, if they're right around that 50%, they're going to do some things. You know what I mean? Just kind of keep giving them more. I mean, they got the big playability, but it's more of the chunk yard ability, like, 15 yards, 20 yards type deal. Because, unless Valdez-Scantling comes in and does some things, again, he's not going to come in and produce a whole bunch. I just think he's going to be able to open up the offense for other players. Like, we haven't taken a deep shot to Wilson yet. DK, DK's just getting coverage rolled to him. So, it's something that's just, it needs to keep building, but let's just see what happens with Valdez-Scantling comes in, and if anything, he may not even come in, may not move the needle at all, but we'll see.
I'm just thinking more about this whole play calling thing between Mason and Rodgers now. This is going to be interesting to see, because now I'm thinking about how quick Rodgers wants to get the ball out. Like, it doesn't offer a lot of time for plays to develop, for guys to get open, to scheme things open.
Agree, Adam. Agree. Yeah, I would be curious if you're right, Juan. If Mason is the one starting in Chicago, I would be very interested to see, like the shot to Wilson on third down. How many of these deep shots, deep outs, deeper shots are there versus Rodgers?
That's not his game. Not no more.
No, I think it could be, but I think he just has happy feet, and he's just getting rid of the ball. Because I will tell you this, even on Mason's first drive, I don't know if I have it here. He missed on that 3rd and 2 where he threw it away, kicked the field goal. He missed DK right in front of his face over the middle for a first down. So, I mean, there's still some issues there. But again, Mason hadn't played in a while, so I'm not going to really kill him for that.
I'm not going to lie, man. I would love to see Mason have his Ryan Tannehill moment, if you will, where he kind of resurrects himself. You know what I mean? That'd be a pretty cool story. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought
he
you
just
were
went
going
out
to
there
go with
just Nick Foles. That's another. Yeah, well, that's even better. That's even a better comparison.
Because we know how
Nick
that
Foles.
ended.
We know how that one ended.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I want to see. Yeah, that would be pretty dope if that came to fruition. He just, heaven forbid, Aaron Rodgers, something happened and he couldn't come back or whatever, and Mace just took over, and the offense just started clicking, and things was just looking different. And next thing you know, we the most dangerous ass team out here. That'd be some dope. That'd be a dope narrative if it actually went down.
This is all because of his mustache.
All because he got the Paul Skeen stash. Yeah.
Listen, I don't don't care who it is, right? As long as they're wearing the black and gold, I don't care who you're gonna root
That
for whoever's
part.
back there. But you're right, it would be kind of a redemption thing for Mason. I mean, all things considered, he's probably a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think either one of them are the long term answer, but I mean, Mason can give you. If I'm gonna say that I'm gonna play this hypothetical, if he came in and played well, and if he does have a Nick Foles type of a thing, he's here for 1 year, but he could give you a 4-year run maybe if he plays well. But again, it's cumulative. What happens next year if he plays well, some other things, because as much as he could catch a hot streak and do things well for the Steelers, he could go right back into the Mason tank that lost or that tied the winless Detroit Lions that 1 year too. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's week to week. I do think a healthy Mason is better than a 70% Rodgers. You know what I mean? So I do think you're probably going to see Mason play because Rodgers is going to clamor to play, but Mason should play.
Yeah.
And then we go there, and I don't want to jinx it, but then you're one play away from the Rook. So we just got to hope that Mason can keep himself healthy. We'll go from there. Anything else we missed on the Steelers before we get to one last topic? I want to talk with everybody. Just not about the game itself, about the Pitt game, but just the mindset after a game like that. Anything else about the Steelers you guys want to bring up? No? We got any questions from anybody in the chat who's watching? Anything we missed or any comments that you think we're all full of garbage? Nope.
Won't
All right.
Wait, actually, hold on.
Tomlin speak this week. I guess.
Hold on. There's one thing.
Okay.
One thing I'm still mad about. That roughing the passer call on TJ.
Terrible, bro.
Terrible. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, yeah. I mean, even the commentary when I was watching it back, I mean, because you see TJ actually landed on his elbow.
Like, yeah, he was on his side. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
What's crazy. Like, it's like
I don't know what roughing the passer is. I don't know what pass interference is. I mean, if there was questionable calls on both sides, like I said, the Steelers got that very, very favorable spot on 4th down on one with the tush push. But yeah, that roughing the passer call was. I was starting to think of the shenanigans like that. This is not Thursday night. That's Thursday night shenanigans type calls right there. No, this isn't Thursday night. Oh, and then I want to bring this up now that we have more people tuning in and watching. And we said this at the beginning of the pod, and we are three of us, or we all like Mike Tomlin as a coach. We all also understand that there's been some shortcomings, especially in a few of those playoff runs and playoff years. But all I hear about is, they make him and Austin make no adjustments. They made the adjustments and it worked. All we're asking is just give him the credit, give the coaching staff the credit with the same energy as you criticize him for. And you could still not want Tomlin here next year. You still have that's your opinion. That's fine. But you got to give this man credit if you want to have any credibility whenever you criticize him. You got to give him the flowers whenever they do well. Any thoughts?
Nah, it's same old around here. It's all the players played well. And that's why the Steelers won. And when they lose, the coaches didn't put them in a position to win. So there's never going to be that, that credit, for the coaches for doing, for really. I mean, just look at the end result. 12 points for against this offense is insane.
That was averaging
Insane.
33. Yep.
And
Yeah.
averaging 37 with Flacco.
With Flacco. Yeah. It's insane. All right. Enough about that because I'm just kind of tired of talking about that stuff. But I wanted to bring it up because I love when I hear he never makes adjustments. They make adjustments, they just don't talk about it. So on Saturday, Pitt took a pretty big butt whooping against Notre Dame, although wasn't as bad as it looked because. And this, I'm going to say a couple things on this because I want your guys' thoughts on how Pitt should, practice against Georgia Tech. Love, as we know, is the best. At least I think he is. I don't know what you guys think. I think he's the best running back in the country for Notre Dame. He's pretty damn good. Obviously, that spin move and that 56-yard run.
Yo,
that was it was even more insane in person. Go ahead. Did you just say something? You just admiring the run? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
That was one like he spun and actually went like a couple yards this way, like in the air, and then I mean it was something to see. But you take that away, 21 carries or 22 carries for 91 yards. Okay, now the 56 yards count. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I mean you can't say that those don't count, but for a majority of the game. And then the other running back, I think, only had 21 yards on 8 carries. And Notre Dame's 1-2 punch is really good. The drop by Poppy Williams at the end, Adam. Yeah, you're right, Adam. The pick six, I think, deflated everybody. But then again, the defense held their own. I mean, they picked off Notre Dame's quarterback twice. Cade Bell's questionable play calling inside the 5, where he wants to do these fancy jet sweeps and all this other stuff. When you just pound it in there, at least try. So they battled. I would say all that said that they battled. The scoreboard's indicative of a blowout. Mason was late on a couple throws. So now you know that, and it's 37-15 because of a late touchdown on the last play of the game. What's the mindset as a coaching staff and as a players you guys have to refocus and move on to Georgia Tech? What do you guys think is the best way that they should handle that this week going into that big game?
My initial thoughts is fuck Pat Narduzzi to begin with, because he set the tone for exactly how the hell they was going to play, and he was we lose 110-5. We just got to concentrate on the ACC, and that's exactly how they played. Like it didn't really matter. Like that was embarrassing, to be quite honest with you. For him to say that, and then for them to follow it up with exactly the way that he was thinking. Oh, it's not a big deal. And for them, it probably isn't a big deal. To be quite honest with you. We got the national, we got national recognition, blah, 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 blah. We lost, but if we still take care of business, we're going to take care of business. And at the end of the day, that's really what the mentality is going to be. Narduzzi said it. We got to win the next two. He was very adamant in saying that. So, we'll see how it play out, but you get your ass whooped like that, man, on national television when everybody watching. I don't know, man.
So do you watch the film or do you just throw it out? Juan, what do you think? If you're going into practice, let's say they're off today, they're starting practice tomorrow or something. What's the mentality of it?
I know we're definitely watching the film, but I want you to see every mistake. I want you to that embarrassment, all of that.
Feel all that.
I'm going to be super critical with colorful language during those film sessions, just to really get under your skin. I'm doing everything to get under your skin all week. So then now when we get to Georgia Tech, you're just letting all that out on them, and then that helps you kind of refocus and do what you need to do.
Okay. No, I get it. Yeah, I mean, when Narduzzi said that, I even posted on the Twitters. I'm like for fuck's sake, dude, what are you saying? This is how you should say it. However, I do know, and listen, that's not. I would like to think so. That's not the message in the locker room. he's saying shit to the media, and I don't think it was right to say it, but it did seem to set a precedent for the week, and it was a bad look. But yeah, I'm to the point of I do think you watch the film. I'm also like, okay, if you don't watch, like, listen, let's just get back to what we do because Georgia Tech is such a different team. You know what I mean with that offense. It's like the other side of that coin. One is I agree with you to a point of like go ahead and do it because I want you to like get pissed from how you guys got your tails kicked, all that stuff. But it's also like let's just get back to what we do. You know what I mean? Get back to that intermediate passing game. Get back to that attacking style on defense because I thought the defense played pretty well outside of a couple plays. And by the way, I want Malachi on the Steelers next year. I'm just saying. I hope that Notre Dame guy he just come back and play in the stadium for your job, man. That would be great. That would be great. Man, Dallas is kicking Vegas's ass. But yeah, I'm hoping. Pitt should be able to rebound if they just get back and focus to what they do. But I was just curious what you fellas thought about just how practice goes. Listen, we've all been in rooms from the he waved at you to on the good side of a 69-0 game, or 50-0 blowouts and stuff. So we've been on both sides of those games as well as tight games. So it's just a different mentality. I think they got to police themselves. But I think they hold each other accountable, whether through film study or just reevaluating what they need to do versus Georgia Tech.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, we are now on an hour and 10. We're actually going to just wrap this up here next minute. Of the last couple ones, we went like an hour and 40, and we had some banters back and forth, which I love. Is anybody that has any questions or anything you guys want to bring up?
They don't like the banner when we win.
That's why they're not back.
Yeah, that's why they ain't come back because it's boring when we win. They only want to talk shit when we lose. Where you at? Come on. Well, let's talk now. Let's talk about Mike Tomlin now. Let's do it.
Crickets.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about the defense.
It's Homer in the bushes, guys. It's Homer in the bushes.
Let
me ask you guys this. So yeah, Adam, we will have those predictions on Thursday. Not the tease.
We show up every week.
And we got some special guests. Hold on a second, my camera's going stupid again. I'm gonna get on that beer. Get that beer going. I hate that this camera does this. Adam, we will have that on Thursday. We're gonna have a couple guest people on. JJ is going to stop on Thursday. He's cemented himself in. He will be here Thursday, make some picks. We'll definitely pick Pittsburgh Steelers, Chicago Bears, as well as Pitt and Georgia Tech. Because I also want to see who's available for the game too. That's a big if as far as who's available and stuff too. But let me guys ask you this: if there's anybody for the chat, while I keep messing with this camera, I hate this thing. Do you guys think the Denver Broncos are for real?
Sort of.
I think that Kansas City just isn't, and I said this early that I felt like Kansas City was going to drop a little bit because of the competition in the AFC West. I think that Denver's better, but so is LA. The Chargers are better too, even though they got spanked yesterday. So
Jacksonville did a number on them.
Yeah,
this is why I say the Steelers just got to get in because I feel like it's open. It's open season this year. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree.
Denver,
they're pass rush is
ridiculous. Benito fast as hell coming off that edge, bro. Good Lord. Yeah, and they don't have Surtain in right now either.
How long is he out? He has like a knee or a hip or something, doesn't he?
I don't know. He didn't play this past week. I don't know how much longer he's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But here's the other thing, though. I was a fan of Bo Nix coming out of Oregon. I thought he was legit as far as I was concerned.
Bo Nix is 38 years old.
Mhm.
38 though, right? Chris Winky incarnate, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. Chris Winky was like 37 with 4 kids coming out of Florida State. Oh, Bishop
camera.
Sycamore ass. Chris Winky catching strays tonight, boy.
He's catching strays. He doesn't even
Catching
no,
strays.
no, he doesn't even know this show exists. He's out there catching strays. Yeah, I'm looking at them like, because they remind me of they're doing like just enough to win every week. They're not flashy. Their defense is great, but like their offense can really go to sleep for a little bit. And is Bo Nix going to throw one of those 2-3 interception games up that could hurt him? But like you said, that's why you say just get in. If they're the home field advantage, then so be it. And New England's pretty good. I think they're legit, but I think obviously the Steelers have already beaten them. They've already beaten the Colts. Yeah, you're right. Just get in. I mean, the team that still scares you is the team that's coming up out of nowhere again, which is Baltimore. Got to give respect to them. But yeah, I still like the way they could play against Denver too, just because I think it would be a slugfest. And there's nobody on Denver's offense really that scares me. They got some guys that could take it to the house, but
I'm not as afraid of Baltimore as most.
I was just about to go there. Like watching them, they're winning, but it's not dominant. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
The other team is usually making like critical mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not necessarily that Baltimore is creating their own opportunities and doing this, and that is the other team screwing up. And then that's it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I'm going just off the. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Adam.
Look, everybody keeps talking about Baltimore, but they still got 2 against Cincy with Joe Burrow and 2 with the Steelers. At the end of the day, and they still got New England and Green Bay. It ain't no cakewalk, y'all. It's just not. Everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna go 1-5, then they're gonna finish 12-5." No,
they're not. That ain't gonna happen.
Pause.
Yeah,
they'd be lucky to be 10-7 at the end, because those games start to catch up. Every loss is gonna be so critical for them moving forward. Every single one of them.
Pressure.
Just like Kansas City felt yesterday, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be getting
Kansas City. Yeah, I think the league's figured out Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
I think they figured them out, and you see what happens when you don't get all the calls. You lose.
And see what happens when you get rid of Sky Moore. See, that's what happens. See, that's bad juju. You get bad juju. You see, you just stuck with
you do right by Sky.
That's right. Everything you think about is going to fail.
Wow. Yeah, how about, what? That's actually, you want to talk about like the Steelers last year? I just looked at this. You talk about the Steelers last year with that hell of a schedule. The last 3 games of the Ravens. It goes Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they get the Patriots at home, but then they go to Green Bay next to last game of the year. Then they finish up in Pittsburgh.
They finish with us.
Wait, they're at Green Bay, then at us?
Last 2 games are on the road, yeah.
Yes, bro.
And you know what? Green Bay is going to be fighting for something.
And so are we.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great.
And you know what? I agree with this. Let me ask you guys this about Baltimore, because Adam posted this in the chat as well, too. I'll bring it up so everybody can see. I kind of agree. I watched a little bit of that Cleveland game. As I was watching the Steelers, I had the Cleveland game on the other one, and I don't see the same burst out of Henry. Now, can he still do it? I mean, Mitchell for them is running pretty well as a speed back, but Henry's definitely not the same guy. A back like him is going to fall off the cliff eventually just because of how powerful he is, even though he takes care of his body. But he does not look the same either. What do you guys think?
Before I answer that, wait till y'all see what GP just did.
Man.
Oh, I have to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb scored, so I won my fantasy this week. That's all that matters to me.
So, but to your question, their offense in general Lamar doesn't look
No.
like himself. Like nobody looks like that dominant person. You know what I mean? That dominant team they were. Like nobody's playing at that level outside on their squad outside of Kyle Hamilton. Like I don't feel like anybody's like at the as built level. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm just not seeing it, man. Just not seeing
I'm 1,000% with you. I was watching intently against Cleveland and some other games, and I'm just like, nah, this it ain't the same. It ain't the same that it used to. Like, no, they're and don't get me wrong, like they could pick up later on in the season, perhaps, but it hasn't looked like the dominating force that we thought that they could be this year. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree too. It's still Baltimore to me, and I'm still not going to count them off until we actually beat them. But
sure,
they have my respect on it too. But it's just because Lamar, they got Zay Flower, they could get hot, but yeah, their defense continues to be average. But like our offense really isn't exploding right now either. But we'll see. Yeah, I just saw the replay too. Yeah, that GP is 1 year. That's all we were asking for was 1 year.
We just wanted
1 year.
1 year. 1 year.
Didn't we almost have it
Oh man. Oh man. You know what? On that note, man, Juan's taking us out of here. Man. All right. Well, hey, listen, let's wrap this up, man, before we start singing to each other. And I don't want to be doing any of that. But we will be back on Thursday with a couple special guests. Thursday night, we're gonna have it more of like a kind of a round table. We'll give our predictions. Steelers as well as the Steelers, Bears, Pitt, Georgia Tech, as well as some other shenanigans we got goings on. So, GB, where can people find you, and what's coming up next on your YouTube channel with your brothers?
Coming up tomorrow, 8:15. YouTube. Go to @your_boy_GB. You catch me on the YouTubes, and you can catch me on Uppity Yinzers on X. We'll be live tomorrow. Growing Up Brown. Got some interesting topics we're going to bring up again. Some good Brown bullshit of the week, the BBS of the week as well. Stay tuned. Shenanigans, and more shenanigans will be abound.
What the BBS? Love it.
BBS of the week, Brown bullshit of the week.
Love it, Mr. Wonderful. How about you, sir? Where can people find you and talk to you?
You can hit me on X. I'm at Bald Thunder. Yeah, and that's it.
Yes, sir. Man, a few words and few social media accounts.
Yes.
All good, man. Yeah, man. Just like I said, follow us here. If you guys like what we do here, man, like and subscribe this channel. Do some comments. Help out that little algorithm thingamadoodle. Help this channel grow. We always appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, look for this upcoming Thursday. We're Mondays and Thursdays where we're going lives. At least through the season. We'll see what happens afterwards. But yeah, 8:15 Thursdays are going to be the shows that are going to be packed with some guests. We want to bring some other people on. And confirmed for this Thursday will be JJ Kitchen from Talking College Football with JJ Kitchen, who does an absolutely awesome Pitt podcast. He'll be stopping by. He'll be giving some of his predictions with the Pitt and Georgia Tech, as well as I have some of the some Pitt tape. I think we're maybe hold off and break some of that down from the Notre Dame just to show everybody what I was talking about Pitt being that close. Still got the butt whooped, but they were that close on a few things, and I want to show everybody just to kind of get appreciation and some confidence going into Georgia Tech. So And we may have a few other guys coming on and waiting for some confirmations for Thursday. So it should be a fun show. Hope everybody comes back and joins us for that. And with that being said, appreciate y'all. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. See you guys. We out.
Bye.